Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome back to another Clearmud live stream. Let's get straight into it, shall we? How's everyone doing today? Hope you got your cup of coffee. Ooh, I'll tell you. I won't tell you. I won't squirrel. I won't start off squirreling, but I do want to start off the episode teasing Clearmud Labs. The waitlist is open. So just go to labs.clearmud.ai to sign up. All right. Thanks, Cuban. I saw your comment. You were one of the first ones here earlier before we had to delay the start. How you doing today? All right, let's continue that bootcamp prep. And let me just pop this open on another screen. Whoops. Mr. Baker, welcome back. How we doing today? And, all right, we are live there. Pop that up there. Man, how about that game yesterday? Anybody watch that Portugal game? I'm just saying. I know we got a lot of Messi fans in the chat. It's nothing but love and respect. Put that there. Okay, that's almost set there. All right, and Mr. Baker, I'm gonna go over your post from Discord. You don't mind me sharing this, right, on screen? I mean, the fact you posted in general chat, I'm sure it's okay. What's the temperature over there? High 30s? Mid 30s? I'm guessing anything over 30. Yeah, today we continue planning. I think we'll slightly work on Agent Atlas as well, but I really want to dial in the curriculum, right? The focus for the bootcamp. Right on, Mr. Baker. Thank you. So this is our resident Mr. Baker, aka Mr. Hermes. His approach. Now, it's been over a month since he last installed Hermes Agent from scratch, which is probably a good thing, right? At some point, you don't need to keep, deploying new instances. All right, let me reposition that. I'll link it for you. labs.clearmud.ai. Let me actually remove that real quick. Bam. We'll pin that message for now in YouTube chat. There you go. Hope you see it. So let's go over Mr. Baker's process. Base install, yes. Install Docker. Okay. I remember you mentioning this. Only installs later when setting up agent profiles that do not need access to the host server's terminal. This is the responsible way of doing it. It's definitely a lot less lonely sitting and fixing my agents with you guys here. Hey, good afternoon, Tracy. And I hope when you say fixing, you mean fine tuning, right? Let's go, Cuban. Yeah, I'm very excited for that that to launch, right? It's still very, very early on, but what I'm gonna do is I think the first 5 to 10 I'm gonna offer, you know, beta testing opportunities before it becomes an actual product that we sell, right? It's gonna be my very first front-facing OS, my very first product. Well, let me rephrase that. It's not gonna be my first product, but it's the one I'm most excited about. But it's going to take time. It's going to take time, especially with a new client, with this boot camp, with just what my normal days and weeks will look like with this channel and all the side work I have to do to pay my bills. It's, you know, I wish I had more time in the day. Let's put it that way. And then he installs Hermes Agent. Okay, set up LLM provider. So we're starting the boot camp from this point, right? The only prerequisite for the bootcamp is come ready with just Hermes Agent installed, whether it's a VPS, whether it's local, because from the start of the bootcamp, we're just going to start with a fresh system to where we can start the Hermes setup command and go through that onboarding together. So for anybody curious, that's the main prerequisite. And I think we should probably list that somewhere here, right? And I cannot spell. Okay, I was only off by 1 letter. Bird. I mean, you don't need a fresh Hermes Agent system. You can definitely continue on or continue with your existing. So I'll add this to the landing page that we're going to fine tune. Okay. Now, how do we still feel about this structure after letting it marinate for a few days? Foundation, multi-agent team, skills and crons, and then last but not least, the Kanban. I'm still happy with that, to be honest. What's interesting is, did it not save my notes? I made some changes last night. Interesting. Yo, what's up, Calvin? How we doing today? We've had 38, 34, 31 next 3 days, or 31, 36, 34. Whoo! Yeah. I mean, do you at least have AC? I'm guessing maybe the reason you're grumpy is you don't have central cooling. Because I don't, not here. If it's hot, I just open some windows, turn on the fans, and you know, power through. All right. Oh, I need to get excited to continue working on that. Can't show that. And there's CMux. Dev. Just give me a second. I'm getting ready to show something on screen here. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe as the years progress, it'll become a norm. Maybe as the years progress. Ooh, I do want to incorporate this somewhere into our research department. So I'm going to add that in this little text blob. There we go. But let's continue. And then he manually edits the Hermes Soul MD so the agent knows who it is. Manually create a basic agent's MD so his basic knowledge of tech stack and some basic runbooks, runbooks. What were you trying to say there? Runbooks? Run a quick Hermes chat queue. Who are you? Command from the CLI to make sure it's picked up the soul. Ooh, nice little testing there. Set up design memory provider. So I'm curious, why not set that up after the OAuth provider, but before everything else? Because in my brain, I'm thinking the sooner we enable that, the better it'll be, right? From a memory perspective. Start a chat session, then tell the agent to enable whichever memory provider I've decided I want to use. Okay. Enable the Hermes Agent dashboard. Yep. Yeah, and we'll go through, right? We're going to vibe our way through this bootcamp for anybody curious, right? As much as I'd love to just one prompt it, I'm a big advocate for vibing your way through the build because you learn a little bit more about the steps involved. Okay. It was also, it's a very good point. And I'm also thinking from the perspective of like, it's more so an educational thing so people can determine what type of team they want to build. Right? So it's just more about breaking down the differences and when and where to use one versus the other. We're keeping it a very simple like breakdown here. I don't think this is too complicated. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So I think we're setting up 10 agents so far, according to this whiteboard here. But going back to your comment about doing skills and crons before, I think at the end of each episode, I'm going to add this note off to the side. And let's call it desired output. So one fun way I love to, especially when we don't know every step of the workflow or automation of a given cron, give it a surface level prompt to say, hey, create this cron. I'd like it to happen at so-and-so frequency, and I'd like it to do X, Y, and Z. You keep it as simple as possible. Now, listen, if you know what you want, by all means, feed it as much details and steps as you'd like. But a fun way to build a cron before you create a skill for that cron is have it do a surface level version. And then after day one, or if it's happening multiple times a day, you actually can make more progress quickly. You tweak the output. You say, okay, great foundation, but I want it to do this, this, and this. And then after about a week of going back and forth with that surface level prompt to create that automation, you then have that desired output in most all cases. It may not be perfect, but then at that point, that's when I would ask my agent to create a skill based off of all of the context given that first week of that desired output, right? That's my like preferred way if I don't have it predefined. Doesn't need a member provider set up for Telegram and Discord set up. Every time I've done a new Hermes, automatically created its own skill for managing Telegram and Discord. Okay. Okay. Let me pull this off screen real quick. Also, I am gonna squirrel a little bit. So I was hunting. Yo, what's up, Aries? How we doing today? I don't know why I was only yesterday year old when I learned about this. Let me pull up a promo page for this. But ASUS has their own DJI Spark, and it's $1,000 cheaper with the same exact chipset. I love ASUS. ASUS is one brand that I've stood behind, that my family business has stood behind since the 90s. I kid you not. So naturally, I reached out to them. We'll see if they respond. I had somebody give me a tip that it's probably better to start doing short form content sooner than later, because I would have an easier time connecting with the right person at these brands through short form content rather than, you know, I've been kind of against it because a lot of the videos that we post, it's tough to repurpose them for a vertical feed. It's tough to repurpose them for short form content. But I essentially reached out. We'll see what happens. I was like, listen, just as the TLDR, please send me one and I'll make all the videos I can around this, right? And not just please send me a free one, please send me a loaner. Like, I'm happy with a loaner. So ASUS, if you're watching this, okay. MSI does too. I'm guessing Gigabyte should as well. But yeah, I'm a big fan of ASUS, and I discovered this and I'm like, wow, all right. Looks like I'm going with ASUS over NVIDIA for this one. Yep, with NVIDIA Nemo Claw. I think they even have OpenClaw on a monitor. Yeah, they do. That's funny. They need to update it. Now they need to do like a Hermes OpenClaw split, you know? Maybe monitors on each side of this banner with a Hermes OpenClaw split. But hey, listen, like, savings is important. And if they're offering the same exact chip for $1,000 cheaper, I will take it. I will take it. And ASUS has notoriously been manufacturing some of the most reliable, if not the most reliable motherboards for decades now at this point. So I trust this this mini PC to actually be reliable. Now, would I trust something like, no offense to what's that brand? It's like a budget brand. I think it's GM something tech. They make mini PCs as well. They're super budget friendly, but they just don't have that track record and that experience that ASUS has, right? Building mini PCs. So I think from like a business, corporate, enterprise perspective, you go with the ASUS Nuke. But if you're more of an enthusiast slash budget friendly seeker of a mini PC, you go with that GMC Tech. I forget the Free Fable 5. What's up, Ford? How we doing today? Oh yeah, by the way, I also did deploy an instance of Nemo. I was underwhelmed. We can't use, at least not natively and seamlessly, our OpenAI auth subs to power that instance of OpenClaw or Hermes. In my primary case, when I was recording the video, it was for Hermes Agent. So I think I'm still going to launch the video, but in my opinion, it's underwhelming, but it does make AI simple and easy to use. It does talk about how easy and simple it is to set things up, and it talks about certain things I just personally disliked. This is not me shitting on, excuse my language, shitting on NVIDIA, but yeah, listen, I'm not going to pay retail API inference. That's just not going to happen. And I funded the account with, I think, 20 credits. Let's go to our console. And I think I spent 14 cents on the demo. I spent 14 cents. Now, I do see a use case for this. I talk about it in the video, but yeah. All right. So let's see. I actually didn't review their last build. Let's go to dark mode. This feels out of place. This should move over here. We need to create some imagery actually for these. Remove these tags. Kind of do what we did with OpenClaw. Title, subtext, banner image, and pill tag button like things to essentially filter out the resources below, I think is the move. And does that have enough spacing? No, it doesn't. It seems to be a weird... All right. Let's bring Discord back on. Let's take one more screenshot. All right, so I'm about to provide you with some banner images for each of these tiles for tile 1, 2, 3, and 4 in the curriculum section. In the meantime, go ahead and remove those pill tags. They're kind of redundant and pointless. We'll talk about those in the resource below, right? Depending on which tile you click. Instead, I want to add a banner image in place of that, and then pill tag like buttons to expand those kits open. So open episode kit. I like the idea of showing how many resources we have per kit. So leave that there. And then also in the hero header, so the Hermes Agent banner off to the right, the actual screenshot from the TUI itself, that should go on the left in place of the Hermes Agent Bootcamp subtext or badge before the H1 text of build your first agent operating system. And actually, you know what? Let's have you do it. I want you to call on image gen via Codex and generate some images for each of those episodes, please. And I think we need to change the terminology here. So set up the foundation, design the team, automate the team, and leave it, make it repeatable for now. But we are definitely going to change that title. And let me grab a Hermes logo as well, so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing there. I realized that was off screen, forgive me. I've also included a logo for Hermes Agent. I'd like you to use this as a reference when you're creating the banners. And the banners should be relevant to the episode or the context within any given tile or kit. Let me know if you have any questions. All right. Also, this part here, let's actually let him do its thing first, and then we'll fix that. Also, where's Muddy? You offline? Oh no, Muddy's there. He's just slow this morning. He hasn't had his cup of coffee. Yeah, good to hear, good to hear. Oh, in the last couple of years? Interesting. Yeah, listen, I don't build systems like I used to, so things could have changed since I retired from that industry, but yeah. Listen, I have to see for myself. Like, it's easy to hear one thing, but unless I get a hands-on experience with it, I can't give my personal feedback of who this is for. Do I like it? Do I dislike it? What are the struggles? What did I discover out of the box, right? Yeah, so what you have to do is create a bridge. So you have to set up an OC or Hermes, whichever one you're setting up, with OAuth, and then you have to create this bridge. I found a solution on GitHub and of course Reddit. But listen, I wasn't about to do that on the video. The video was testing how seamless is this to get up and running. So I used an OpenAI API for the demo when I discovered that, because I at least wanted to get through the setup. But then I also couldn't even enable the dashboard. It was underwhelming to say the most. Now, I think that I know its use case, I know its purpose, and I think if you're going to deploy an instance of Nemo Claw, it should be for something that you don't need any of those visuals for, first and foremost. Something that you're okay with paying, at least for now, retail API tokens for. And creating certain automations and workflows that you want to make sure they're on 24/7. And it just runs a specific use case. I don't think you need to dedicate 4 CPUs, virtual CPUs and 16 gigs of RAM per instance. I think you can get away with 2 CPUs and 4 gigs of RAM for, you know, just a small set of automations. I see the use case for it. And I'm also guilty. I didn't do any Nemo Claw research before that. Maybe there's something I missed. I should probably watch some videos today before I edit the video. But I think most likely that video will go live tomorrow. I'm gonna start posting Thursdays and Fridays instead of Saturdays and Sundays. Oh, really? Interesting. For what use cases? It's not going to replace your locally hosted Hermes agent, you know, altogether, right? It's just more so for specific use cases. Really? Let's go take a look. Let's squirrel a little bit. Is it this one here? Looks like it's this one. Let me actually go back, copy that product, just work out of this browser here. Got you. Stop it. How much you want to bet a human didn't make this? Amazon Italy. Why does it think I'm in? That's funny. Why does it think Italy? Like, what is going on there? Let's go Amazon.com. So you're talking about as the same price as the Spark with 4 gigs. This is the Spark's price. I think Spark is like 4,600. 46 something. Yeah, 46. Yes, I do. I actually have nightly improvement cycles running as well as nightly prototypes running for sure. They're not perfect. I will admit they are not perfect because I've been finding that even though I have a rule that says if it's local, no blocker, right? Like this is a local test lab, this is a local environment. Please, like I want to see those prototypes in the morning. I would say 7 out of 10 times I wake up to nothing because there's some type of blocker. So I'm still fine tuning those rules and permissions within product OS. It's really annoying. OpenClaw, those nightly improvement builds, those nightly prototype builds, it just builds the damn thing and it was reliable. Every morning I had a prototype to preview, right? Whereas on Hermes Agent, it's been hit or miss. So I also, listen, to give Hermes Agent the benefit of the doubt, the amount of hours I spent on OpenClaw versus Hermes Agent, I want to say like the initial, I still spent more time on OpenClaw than I have on Hermes Agent. Because Hermes Agent has, you know, we've been doing all this content and I've all these new clients, all this work. It's like I have to balance that time now, whereas early on, I didn't have as much work as I have now. So I had more time to spend when OpenClaw was in his, you know, infant stage, so to speak. Yeah. Yeah, what are you running on your Spark, out of curiosity? Oh, nice $200 savings going with a Gen 4 versus a Gen 5 SSD. That's funny. Oh, these chip prices are insane. All right, how are we feeling about these departments? Do we want to add, remove, or does someone want to see something specific? I have a fun automation and workflow for us to do for this pod here. This one here is super surface level. It's just like I guess an industry standard that I feel like I just wrote down. And then this one here, I could have sworn, man. Why did that not save? Ah, okay. You know, I was trying to look, Nikolai. Also, welcome. I was looking around for that. I could not find any evidence of a price, but I'm guessing it's a direct competition to what we've been looking at on stream. Let's try to find it. Was it called the Halo? No. Yeah, no, I think it is actually this here. Let's pull it up. Yeah, this is what I saw in the video, right? This kind of like diamond looking chassis. Like, you know, I forget what you call this type of design, but I call it like a little diamond kind of inset chassis. That's an interesting claim. Interesting how they don't have anything related to the most popular model right now, which is GLM 5.2. I feel like that's a big miss on whoever is responsible for this this site and this landing page for SEO purposes. I mean, let's go see. I highly doubt it's just on Amazon yet, but I could be wrong. This is that brand I was telling you about. GMK is the abbreviation. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it would have been top of list if it was here. So let's, oh. AMD Halo Strikes. Okay, yeah, it's right around 4,000 according to Tech Power Up. But let's try to find no, not what I'm looking for. I mean, we already got to that landing page there, so. But I'm guessing it's within the same price range. I'd imagine it should be available very, very soon. Okay, nice, nice. What OS did you deploy? On those Sparks, are you forced to use a specific Linux distro? I haven't looked too much into it. I will admit though, looking at these specs, it's actually not a bad price. I mean, given the times and cost of chips. 32 for 2 terabytes, maxed out 128 gigs of RAM. And then how many cores does this one have? Let's go to AMD's site for that one. Okay, 16 cores, 32 threads. That's actually a decent. I don't know if I would buy that, but does this have dual NVMe slots on board? Let's see if they advertise that. They do. So you could, in theory, throw in either 2 4 terabytes RAID 0 if you want to YOLO it, or 2 4 terabytes RAID 1 for peace of mind. This is a decent little mini PC VM. Like, you can, I know Proxmox is the most popular one nowadays. Interesting. For that cost, I don't trust the reliability of this brand. I don't know this brand very well, right? I don't know if this will run for 10 years without fail, without issues, right? I know ASUS would, but GMK Tech, I mean, in the chat, does anybody have any experience with this brand? Because I will admit, I was speccing out an ASUS NUC for lab purposes, and I got to a 96 gig and 4 terabyte build with comparable core thread split, right? It was an Intel chipset though, for 3,400. So I had more storage, less memory, just about the same processing power for a little bit more. So like, yeah, this is budget friendly. Yeah, we get more memory, which is something I would want more, right? But, I'm curious in chat, has anybody purchased or played with one of these or heard anything about GMK Tech? Very, very curious. Let's go back to our, okay, they're still going back and forth here, so we will wait. Okay. Yeah. Sounds about right. You know what would be a fun test? Like, just start a landing page and start collecting pre-orders. I mean, there's a little side hustle right there. Just mark it up. Mark it up. 7K a pop. Pre-order. And then find yourself a source, right? Like, or at least set up an agent or an agent team to monitor every single e-commerce site, every single wholesaler, every single marketplace, right? I don't know if Frugal still exists. Frugal used to be a thing where you could, does it? Yeah, okay, it's called Google Shopping now. You used to be able to search part numbers here. This was back in the day. And you would find different, obvious e-commerce websites or wholesalers listed on their platforms. This was like a unique hack. It was for a short period of time. I haven't used it in ages. but they got rid of the frugal. That frugal domain, though, I'll tell you, that's a great domain. They should have kept with it. Yeah, okay. But there's a little side hustle for you guys right there. I mean, shoot. What, mark it up 10% a pop or 20% a pop? And once you can source them, make some decent amount of money. Sparks come with Ubuntu. Okay, okay. Everything NVIDIA done up to this point ships with Ubuntu. Okay. Nice. Ubuntu is a great introduction to Linux. All right, at this point, we're just waiting for our agents to prep the next preview here. So I'm gonna work on something off screen really quickly. I also went on a little shopping spree. Not Amazon Prime, believe it or not, Prime Day. There are some good deals, but I went more on a domain shopping spree. And let me rephrase that. I guess it's technically not a shopping spree when you only buy 3 or 4. In my opinion, right? A shopping spree implies you're buying 10 plus. But I got some interesting ones. And yeah, I'm not, you know what? I'm not going to tease those at this moment, but I got an AI agents dot something for normal cost. I got an AI agents toolkit. Just a lot of SEO friendly domains that I could easily deploy products and funnels with highly converting landing pages on. So, but first I have to build the thing before I sell the thing, right? So, but I at least am now squatting on those domains, and I'll obviously promote and tease those once they go live. They will be on our portfolio section once they're live on Clearmud.ai at some point. I need to update that, by the way. Only one of those Chinese mini PC manufacturers I trust is Minis Forum and B-Link. Interesting. Let's go check those out. I'm very curious. From a fellow IT professional. Okay. And then B-Link. All right, hold on. What is going on? Let me pull this off screen really quickly. I do not like how it's defaulting to Google search. I want to switch that to Brave search. That's really annoying me. Default search. It doesn't even let me select Brave. Inactive shortcuts. Why did it make it inactive? You sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. All right, so now it should default. It moved it off of this down here. What? Whoops. Test. Why is it doing that? Test search. There we go. Back to Brave search. Wonderful. Every mini PC and their mothers are doing this. I mean, you put AI in your title, I'm gonna look at it. Okay, 12 core, 24 thread. Oh, look at these little red boxes. It's actually really brilliant. So simple. So simple. Wow. Man, that red box looks slick. I mean, shall we try to go and find B-Link Mini? What if I wanted a red chassis though? Is that just through their site? Pre-sale. Got it. Okay. So it's essentially built to order. Interesting. Let's go to Mini's form. Shall we? Yeah? So this isn't plastic, it's more of an aluminum. Listen, I just love the red box. Like, I would totally repurpose it to serve as a hypervisor, right? And I would have it host both OpenClaw and Hermes. It's not just that I prefer OpenClaw over Hermes. I use them both. I just love the color. That all red box, whew. Now, if somebody did like an all yellow or an all kind of navy yellow mix for Hermes Agent, I don't know. That might be too much yellow. All right, let me, so you said this is, so you get the MS S1 Max. I'm curious. I want to see. Let's also go check on our agents. Looks like we have a landing page to preview here in a moment. Now, so that's Mini's form. Let's go check it out on their main site. This reminds me more of like a, what's it called? A micro ATX? So it's not like technically a mini unless this is just deceptive of size. This feels like it's a little bit bigger, like at least a foot long. I gotta say, I'm not impressed with this site, but I guess that's not their forte. I just want a spec sheet. There should be a button right here for UX purposes. Give me a spec sheet button, damn it. Excuse my language. Yo, what's up, Sharma? How we doing today? That's really annoying. Specs. Literally none of that? What? Come on. Max. Oh, it's literally called Max, so it's gonna come up everywhere. I just want to see like what's the max allowed memory, like those types of specs. Like there should be a nice table somewhere. Ah, okay. Are all of these soldered on board, or are these expandable up to 128? Got it. Yeah, unified memory architecture. So this would be soldered on board, I'd presume, right? 64. That's a bummer. Watch Amazon give us a better spec sheet. Nope. I love that I also love it if like it's powered by USB-C as well. I hate it when they have their own AC adapter. That's really annoying. Okay. I mean, looking at the price, 64 gigs, 2 terabyte. I mean, I guess that's not bad, but got it. Let's go check it out. I mean, what is going on here? It's not like my resolution or magnification is off. That's just bad site design there. So I suppose it would be under support. Yeah. Okay. Dually 128. Oh yeah, no, this is just from my perspective, right? Like, I'm not saying don't go with this brand. It's probably a good thing, you know? But I will keep an eye out for these, especially for newer releases. So thank you, Mr. Baker. Minis Forum. I'm still gonna say it. Look at that slick red box. Look at that slick. Welcome back, Derek. Sorry for the delay this morning. Also, is this the new YouTube tag moving forward, or what's going on? Or is this dependent on the device that you are watching on today or working off of today? Oh, interesting. Why would it change the port on me? Don't tell me Neo took over that work. No. Morning, afternoon, good evening. One that I'm personally looking at is actually the DJI Action 6. Or the Action 5. But the Action 6 is more intriguing to me. Because I've been in a market for a new action cam. I have this old GoPro Hero 8 or Hero 9 that I think it's time to part ways with. I want something better with low light, something I can put on my dash for driving at night and have it be reliably picking up everything in front of me, right? I do it for content, time-lapse purposes, but also if someone tries to slam on their brakes in front of me, I always have a GoPro on my dash. So it's like a 2-in-1 purpose, right? I don't worry about backing up if I'm just recording it for the sake of that. But the GoPro is horrible at night. You can only see a few, like a foot ahead, if that. Everything's just pitch black for the most part. DJI Action cams are far superior in low light. Wrong in the wrong account, I think. All good. Telegram UI has gotten so slick. Love the way Markdown finally renders on mobile. Nice. Yeah, I've noticed a big improvement. I've primarily been working with my Hermes Agent team, primarily Morpheus. So I did repurpose my team. Analyst is now in place of what Morpheus used to handle, and Morpheus is my head of clients. And I've been having a lot of fun. I can't show you guys this part. Obviously, there's a lot of sensitive data there. But I've just been having a ball. I'm just going to put it at that. I've just been having a ball there. I was able to feed just raw video footage to Morpheus, and he was able to transcribe everything without fail, without any issues. And we're essentially fine-tuning a very, very detailed proposal right now that we send off tomorrow. And I've just been thrilled. I'm primarily working with Morpheus out of Telegram, though. Yo, what's up, Sean? How we doing today? Yeah, I did see that. I'm very excited to put this to the test with this new project I'll start working on in July. Yeah, but I want the dual purpose. I don't want just a permanent dash cam. I want something I can also use, right? Because I'm not always here all year, so I want to take it with me to Europe. And I want that dual purpose. Yeah. Or, you know, from your company's perspective, I'm not sure how far you've made it through digitizing all of your SOPs, or let me rephrase that, adding them to your kind of your entire system there, right? Do you still have SOPs or certain systems that you follow that either an agent doesn't do or an agent is not aware of, right? Because that could also be a thing. /learn at that SOP doc and have your agent create a skill for you. That's a great, simple use case for it. Or if you just have a library of company knowledge, right? Oh yeah. So maybe I should have been more clear, but Muddy is handling these local previews. Neo, you're here for QA, right? That way we don't cross wires here. All right, now that is out of the way, please continue the work that we started off with this session. Ooh, let's go. Nice, nice. I'm excited. When beta test. Got me all excited over here, Derek. Nice, nice. Okay, nice. And I'm sure you're already doing this, but you know, as you start to incorporate certain or build out certain workflows, automations, tools, et cetera, for the company, do you have a cron in place, whether it's daily, weekly, or multiple times per day or multiple times per week, that updates a rolling documentations knowledge base for your Hermes Agent system for your company? Because if not, I feel like that would be a great thing to have automated. That way, whether it's at the end of each session or the end of each day, you have that rolling knowledge base that gets updated. And it serves a lot of different use cases, right? What's up, Sean? How we doing today? Made another live instead of just watching, but so late I'm starting from the beginning and watching it 2x trying to catch up. Well, you're probably not going to see me pinning or referencing your comment for quite some time then. Well, I mean, we've only been at it for an hour, so should be quick. Did I not mention to generate some images? I might have to repeat myself here. Oh, I did say I'm going to provide you with, but then I said, I'll copy this part. Let's see if they pick up off of that. I'm being impatient here. They should. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, that's something I've spec'd out in our deliverables for this new client. We haven't determined the frequency yet. We're going to be tackling some low-hanging fruit out of the gate. But that's a part of just at minimum a weekly update, right? And it's not necessarily just for the humans, right? It's for the agents too, right? It serves a lot of different use cases. I can go on and on and on, but I won't spend too much time talking about that. Just wanted to feed you that idea if you hadn't already. Had a feeling you guys were thinking about that already. All right, let's clean this up there. All right. Yep, visual artifacts. So we're just waiting now at this point. Oh, this was the big one. Desktop app. Do we make that a part of our flow in the bootcamp, or do we build this system strictly in the Hermes Agent dashboard /TY? I'm kind of leaning dashboard /TY, and then we can always have maybe we fit in desktop app into the last, or we fit it into episode 4. I feel like we should, you know, we should cover it, even though I personally just don't like it yet. It's almost there. They're making improvements. It's getting better, but so I've already put that in there. I think we should talk about an Obsidian /learn workflow. You just learn from an Obsidian vault. That's a great thing to incorporate, I think, into workflows and automations, to be honest. Oh, well, yeah. Putting Hermes desktop app into the Kanban episode wouldn't work because they don't have that incorporated into the desktop app yet. Last I checked. Correct me if I'm wrong. Has anybody checked recently? Has it received an update since a week ago? I don't think it has. I believe I removed it. I try to keep only installed what I need, you know? Do I still have it? No, I think I removed it. Let's go check. Yeah, Hermes is not, at least the desktop app is not installed right now. Okay. Yeah, so that wouldn't be a good section for it, especially if they don't have that. I guess we can introduce it here since we can create crons and I believe skills in the desktop app. I'm not 100% sure. And then I think this one goes into these little notes that I'll bake into the landing page here. All right, what else am I missing here? He is still working, so we're just waiting. Yeah, no Kanban in the desktop app yet. They added pop-out sessions. Ooh. That's one of the main reasons I use Telegram, to be honest. The fact that I can separate my chat windows and have them tiled on one screen. I love that, especially when I'm doing a lot of multitasking. Hey, I appreciate you, Sean. He's absolutely correct. Hey, listen, I'm going to be very strict about this on the bootcamp. Since it's free, since we're live streaming it, if we don't have the equivalent number of likes to viewers, we will not start the bootcamp. That is the one time I will be very strict with it. So thanks for the support. I appreciate you, Sean. Yeah, skills, tools, crons are all in the desktop app. Yep. I never used Hermes. Am I missing out? Or should I switch from OC? Listen, I still use both. I'm using Hermes for very specific use cases right now. And I gotta say, I love it. But I still use that OC system that is tried and true for me. Every single day. I rely on it every single day. And it's just so damn consistent and reliable. I do not want to take the time to migrate it. I can't answer that for you, Derek. I can't answer that for you. The best I could say... So I will give it 2 likes. The best I could say is try it. And if you have the time, maybe just try to duplicate your OC. Although you're going to run into just a lot of annoying maintenance and upkeep of getting things working exactly the way you had on OC. So I would say just deploy it with specific use cases and test it. Right? Maybe you can do something for clipped with Hermes. As a way to improve clipped, as a way to QA clipped, as a way to test clipped with a number of different buyer personas, right? Yeah, this right here. Listen, if you have no issues, if it's running, like, why waste the time and migrate, right? I do see a lot of drama on the timeline, though. I guess Peter is now commenting on certain things with Hermes, and now I think it's Tech. I forget the full screen name, but Tech and Peter are going back and forth on X now. You hate to see it. 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 And I'm not blaming one versus the other. Listen, you hate to see it. I think everybody should be unified. I think that they should be coming together and improving each other, if anything, and not griping at one another. Not that they're griping. This is just my brief observation from scanning X and noticing a comment that then sends me down a rabbit hole reading other comments. And I'm like, oh, wow. Yeah, that's a bummer. That's a bummer. It's also new tab. Don't worry, I'm not watching soccer here. I just have something else on the screen. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he could be right. He could be wrong. Like, the thing about the internet is, like, we don't know people. We don't know how accountable they hold themselves, right? People are ruthless on the internet. They will steal ideas left and right and give no credit and claim it to be their own. To be their own. I'm not saying Hermes has done that. I'm just saying, like, you never really truly know. Like, it's yeah. But, like, would Hermes Agent have ever come out the way that it did if OpenClaw was not created? I don't think so. I think a different version of it would have come out. But you got to give credit where it's due. Peter and OpenClaw started this wave. And would Hermes Agent have come out as quickly as they did? We don't know, right? Like, we don't know. But I give credit where it's due. And I'm not shying away from OpenClaw at all. Unacceptable. Straight to jail. Ooh, okay. I mean, I can barely, like, see these images. I want to improve this nav here. I don't like I get it. Let's wait for him to yeah, listen, competition is good for the market. An application or an agent system will not improve without competition. You need competition to excel, to progress. Like, otherwise they'll plateau. So I think it's good. It's good. I love it. Love to see it. All right, quick bio break. BRB. Bam! All right, we're back. Man, anybody ever run into this? I was going to grab some ice cubes for my coffee. There's one ice cube in there. I rarely do that. Like, I always remember to fill those ice trays with water. That's a real bummer. Luckily, it's not going to be too hot today, but... Yeah. Yeah, you're not wrong there. Yeah. And I think it's timing, right? The timing of OpenClaw. Yeah, this is fact. Like it's a game of attention, you know? Yeah. Prairie? Just giving you a hard time. What? What's up, Greek? How we doing today? Oh, that was a breath of fresh air. I know, right? Man, now I gotta educate myself. A Freddo cappuccino? Isn't a cappuccino just half milk, half coffee or something like that? Or is that an Americana? I don't know these terms. Listen, I drink my coffee black. I drink espressos, no sugar, no milk, no nothing. I do it for the caffeine, if I'm being honest. I think back when I was younger and I didn't like the taste as much, I would mask it with sugar and creamer and all these different flavors. But the older I grew, the simpler I've become, you know? You broke my heart, Fredo. Yo, what's up, Jake? How we doing today? Welcome. Happy to have you here. Yeah, we're just vibing. We're working on the curriculum for the free bootcamp. We'll set that bootcamp date by the end of the week. A lot of the times we'll pick a certain topic. This week's all about Hermes Agent. Let's see what Ryan's talking about here. I run both and appreciate Hermes self-improvement, but I have more natural interactions with my OC agents. Yeah, there's something to be said here. So I think the biggest differentiators right now, it's like, it's easy to get lost in all of the comments and all the attention, all the influencers with big followings saying Hermes is the one. But at the end of the day, it's like it's dependent on you as a person, as a personality, as a person with needs, right? I have an OpenClaw system for my personal side of life. I prefer it over Hermes, hands down. I would not go to Hermes for a personal AI assistant. OpenClaw excels by far, in my opinion. But if you're doing work for clients, if you're running a business, or even if you're a solopreneur wanting to, replicate running a business, Hermes Agent to me appears to be the move and has the upper hand there. Yeah, those are like the two differentiators for me. Now, I still run my day-to-day operations and content creation through OpenClaw, but I spent an ungodly amount of time on that system early on. So it's operating the way I want it to operate. And I'm not moving that to Hermes now. For all of our revenue, for all of our clients, for any products we release, any open source projects we release and want to maintain, that's all going to be Hermes moving forward here. So that's how I'm using the two. I use both of them. Let me catch up on comments after that ramp. Have you tried NeuroGum? I have not. I'm guessing it's a nicotine-based gum? Or am I wrong there? Bustelo. Yeah, of course. Thank you. I just do honey, salt, cinnamon, and honey, salt, and cinnamon in your coffee? I could see the honey, actually. The salt, To each their own. Hey, if that tastes good to you, by all means. Cinnamon makes sense, but I guess the combination of those four would actually make a lot more sense. I would feel like that would be closer to a salted caramel type of taste. Hey, we're all noobs around here, right? One thing that did help OC was the fake crypto bros, and 6 months later, they don't have a clue what they were talking about. Yeah, I don't agree with this. So Peter was completely against all these crypto bros hopping on the OC train and creating all these meme coins and shit. I think maybe your perception is from the select few who came from the crypto industry with an audience and started promoting OpenClaw, so it got put into this category. I don't agree with that, Mr. Baker, personally. I think there's truth to some of that, but a lot of it is just the wrong people promoting it and then moving on from OpenClaw to Hermes, right? They're just chasing attention. That's just how, sadly, that's how most of social media is nowadays. It's a bummer. It's a bummer. If you can show up when you want, I can leave for a minute. Yeah, listen, just one of those weeks, very busy, which I cannot complain, but I promise more consistency in our start time. I promise in the near future, a lot more consistency. Honest question for everyone. I'm on the cusp of picking and trying my first AI agent, leaning towards Hermes right now, but I first wanted to try OC. I'm doing things for solo or hobby. Interesting. May I ask why not both? Like, for example, solo or hobby, like maybe you treat one as a personal assistant, or maybe you treat them both as personal assistants out of the gate, just to get an idea for how they operate. Listen, they all have a lot of similar capabilities now, right? One of the selling points for Hermes used to be the Kanban board, the PM board, right? OpenClaw now has the work board, which again, nobody's talking about. So I think I'm gonna, just because I respect and appreciate OpenClaw for doing what they've done, like I need to focus on making more OpenClaw videos, because the work board, nobody is talking about it. Like there's just all this hate towards OpenClaw now, and it's so sad. It's so sad to see. But yeah, may I ask why not both? Listen, I prefer them both, and I don't mean to be vague with the response, but you know, Mighty OS is built on OpenClaw. Product OS, which I'm not going to tease right now because it's under development, is built on Hermes. This is my Hermes Agent dashboard. They both serve specific use cases in my day-to-day, right? I would say try both to get a feel for which one you like more, personally. That's always my recommendation. Like, don't just follow somebody's advice blindly. Try it for yourself to see which one you vibe with more, which one's more effective for you. Looks like our Hermes agent, though, is very slow today. Let's go to our Atlas. Our Atlas isn't even loading. Oh, there it is. It was just incredibly slow. What's going on over here? Interesting. Ooh, we've squirreled so much. Mr. Baker, you got to just change your screen name to the Mr. Hermes. I think it's time. I think it's time. I like the Mr. Baker with the Cookie Monster avatar, though. It's a great combo. Holy ads. Hopefully that means you're getting some of the revenue. Is there really a lot of ads? I do enable monetization by default, but I don't specify. Is there more than usual today? Because if there is, that might be an update on YouTube's side. Caffeine-based gum. Interesting. Oh, for sure. Yeah. No, yeah, for sure. Like, without a doubt. Yeah. Yeah. Like, you're not wrong here. You're not wrong here at all. at all. But I'm just so thrilled with Muddy OS and how OpenClaw has also improved in gateway reliability. I haven't had any issues. Pretty much since I want to say late version 5 or late May, 0 issues. And I don't chase every new update. You know me. I don't like chasing new updates. I only update when something catches my eyes. And most importantly, the update has been live for a few days. That way there can be some hot fixes applied to any issues that arise when, you know, they first release the update. I've always been like this. Like, dating back to my IT days, I never chase new updates. Automatic updates, no thank you, right? Automatic backups before updates, yes. Which reminds me, I don't think we specified. Let's also break down, I think would be a great part to do. Foundation. OAuth. Holographic. Memory. I'll catch up on comments in a second. I wanted to get these thoughts out. Excuse me, man. Wow. We'll do Telegram and Discord. I don't think we'll do Slack because it's pretty straightforward. Hermes dashboard and auto backup before updates. I'll come back to that in a second, but I think we should start kind of just doing a checklist for each, and then we'll feed these to our agent. Let's not just copy those outright. I'll just start a new one for each one. So I think here, yeah, we'll set that up first. Pick, shell, styling. Ooh, we're also going to do the floating chat bubble. That's a free tool, a free repo that I launched that has been reliable. It's been working across all the updates. And then Soul agents. I know this, I'm going to revisit this kind of structure here in a moment, but I kind of like how this is. And then I guess for those who want the desktop app, maybe we set up the desktop app in the foundation stage, but we're not going to use it throughout the bootcamp. I don't like the idea of that. Let's just place that right there. Okay. Come to that in a moment. What the heck is this over here? What the heck is this? This looks horrible. Huh. And then the images, I think we need to, they need to be zoomed in. They're too small. They're way too small. All right, let me catch up on comments. I know I've been behind on it. Forgive me. Salt is for the flavor enhancer. Interesting. Yeah, true. You did. You did. You did. That's the beauty of AI agents. You can set them up without any coding knowledge. Like, I would say start with OpenClaw. Just start with OpenClaw. You can do both. Like, why not do both? But just for the sake of not overwhelming yourself, start with one day, start with another the second day. And it's up to you whether you want to test them from the same lanes or same perspectives, or you treat them differently with different responsibilities, and then you'll start to see the differences. I have a feeling you'll have a better experience based off of the little information I have about you with OpenClaw. Mr. Baker's gonna hate that comment. Do you need to get a VPS, or could you just install it and run it on your local PC? I'm thinking about Hermes for my company, doing all the social media stuff, posting, etc. Yeah, you don't need to get a VPS. I think a VPS is more specifically for A, if you don't have a machine to host it on. And then B, if you want to be able to access that dashboard or that system or the web apps that you build underlying from anywhere in the world, then you would go with a VPS hosted solution. Make sure you set up Tailscale properly. We do have, just feed this to your agent. Let me find that post. Bookmarks. I didn't bookmark all this stuff. I swear, sometimes I'm on mobile and I tap to scroll and it'll just bookmark the most random things. What the heck is going on over here? So this is the founder. He's deployed a lot of successful apps. But this is what he does when he sets up a new VPS. So just screenshot this screen and feed it to your agent if you are going to set it up on VPS. Your agent will guide you through the rest, okay? And here's a link to his post for anybody who wants to be thorough, and go give him a follow. He's worth a follow. He's worth a follow for sure. Oh, I realize I am not caught up on comments. I thought I was. Yeah, right on. Hey, thanks for the questions. Yeah, and this is a core observation, Ryan. Great point. Thank you for wording it this way, right? Like, Hermes has its strengths, OpenClaw has its strengths. This is why I'm now leaning towards OpenClaw for personal AI assistant use and smaller teams, and then Hermes for actual org AI agent teams, right? From an SMB perspective, right, which are primarily my clients right now, I do plan on getting up to enterprise at some point, but for SMB based clients, Hermes Agent is the better of the two for me right now. But I still use both, right, on a daily basis. So you can install it on any Windows. Yeah, this right here. Nice. Thanks, Mr. Baker. Yeah, let me know if there's too many ads. I'll look into that. That's weird. So Derek is probably using Brave browser or some type of maybe uBlock origin within Google Chrome. It blocks all YouTube ads. Sorry, YouTube. It's not a secret. Don't ban me for sharing that information. Mr. Baker explicitly refutes that comment. Hermes Agent setup. It's way better than the last time I set up OC. Yeah. Yeah. I totally hey, listen, I understand it. I respect it. I respect our differences. Yeah. This is actually a very good point. They can all do the exact same thing. You'll just get a different experience with one versus the other. I don't like coworkers, so I better stick to OC. OpenClaw talks to you like he's your buddy, and Hermes, my voice just squeaked, and Hermes is like your coworker. That's funny. That is funny. All right, much better looking. All right, now on to these images and all of this below. I'm kind of thinking we need some inspiration. Let me pull up some components here. Let's see, buttons, button groups. Ooh, it's kind of cool. We don't need that for this, but no, I want something else. That wouldn't apply either. I mean, I honestly kind of like the idea. What do you guys think? I'd love your opinion. I'm leaning on the direction of just having this curriculum row, and then as you click on it, it then pops up a full screen floating kit like this, rather than having it down here, because I feel like intuitively, when you click this, not everybody's resolution is going to be able to see that this is changing. Right? I want to think from the perspective of everybody. And I think a pop-up module would be ideal. I think we're going to change that. All right, one change I'd like to make to the curriculum section. So as we click on episodes 1, 2, 3, or 4, the episode kit below will change. And the episode kit below is static. That is always there. I think we should remove the kit from below that carousel. And as you click on, let's say I click on episode 1 to open that episode kit, it pops up with a semi-full screen floating container with that kit as you have it designed. And you either have an X on the top right, or you click anywhere outside of the border with the background of the website to then close that kit. The same should apply across all the episodes. Let me know if you have any questions. I think that'll be better. We'll see. And then I think we should also... I honestly think like so like this, something with this in episode 1's banner would be ideal. Let's also tease the atlas. Okay, so I have the second one done. Automate the team. Maybe that's where we show off the desktop app and maybe start using a mix of desktop app versus dashboard, because we can in theory automate the team with the desktop app, which is nice. So I don't have it installed though, so let me deploy that really quickly just so I can get some screenshots. Yeah, if you're on Discord, Jake, let me know. We always hand out invites at the end of the live streams. I'm guessing you've tested this, Mr. Baker. What if one of the preset personalities was the Cookie Monster? Would you test it? Or Elmo? I would totally test a Homer Simpson. For sure. And I'm also kind of thinking, do we want a 5th episode? I don't think we need it, to be honest. You know, these realistically are gonna run anywhere from 3 to 5 hours. Well, let's call it 2 to 5 hours. Cookie. Your remote session has expired. Let's try using local gateway and switch it back to the remote. Ah, I hate that. Come on now. It's really annoying. Sounds good, Derek. Safe travels. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you have a good rest of your day. All right, there we are. Let's go switch this over to remote gateway. Test remote. Connected. Save and reconnect. See, did the profiles get fixed here? Let's see. Yeah, it keeps doing that. That's really annoying. So I just did this so I can get a screenshot of this. Let's get that nice and centered. Let's actually remove all that. Grab this screenshot here. All right. So that's F1. F2, 3. It's super tedious. I hate how I have to scroll left and right. Like, as soon as they incorporate a drop-down top left and a banner across the top letting us know, or even a banner across the bottom, like, that's all I'm asking for. That's it. Like, and then I'll start using this more. And also the Kanban. Like, that needs to be on here. They're almost there. Does have a pirate Shakespeare personalities built in. It also has a personality called Hype for maximum energy enthusiasm. Yeah, that sounds like a Gary Vee thing. I think would punch the screen if I used that for more than a couple of minutes. All right, let me bring everything back on screen here. Oh, that's too funny. I think one little thing we can change is here. All right, so for the hero header, I'd like to make that Hermes Agent banner a little bit wider and I guess overall bigger, but then the text below it should never be wider than the banner. Does that make sense? So I would say double its width, and then you're gonna have to reduce the amount of characters are on each line for the header 1 text as well as the subtext and the buttons, right? So I forget the terminology for this. Damn, I forget the terminology for this. Having a brain fart. Yeah, you probably didn't need all that context. I do this sometimes. And then I'm also attaching 3 other images, each labeled episode 1, 2, and 3 accordingly. I want you to generate a version 2 of those banners. Version 4, I want you to improve based off of my references. Episode 1, 2, and 3 tie in directly to 1, 2, and 3. So try to recreate a banner using that as inspiration. Let me know if you have any questions. All right. I don't think I'm the only person. I don't think I'm the only person. And listen, there's not 100. There's not 100. Not even between my combined systems, I'm not running 100. I think between my combined systems, moderately 50 total. But you got to understand, I don't talk to all 50. A lot of them are sitting underneath department heads. When you talk to the amount of when you try to grasp like the number of agent sessions and agents I talk to, 4 on that system, another 5 on that system, plus my personal 10. That's it, 10. They all handle delegation, right? I did that on purpose. So, but yes, I am running quite a few agent profiles. Yeah. But we only talk to a small percentage of them. Let's go check that out. Okay. I like that. I feel like this is a foundational thing. So we'll add this here. Set up desktop app. In our case, it's going to be remote for this bootcamp. If you're doing it local, it'll be a lot easier. I think setup, default plugins, so disk cleanup, that's a good one. Any others you think we should add to this foundation here? I mean, we're already enabling holographic. Kanban comes pre-enabled, so we don't need to reference those. We're gonna do a quick skin picking, you know, in skin picking, that sounds horrible. But yeah, maybe I should. Maybe I should just make a video. Like, listen, it's not that, like, I think they're going to see this, but here's my point of view. I love this user experience. I love this drop down. I love the ability to select an agent, and it switches. And then it lets me know what agent I'm managing. That's it. Just apply that to the desktop app. Simple. They already have it here. Like, how do they not see that, right? So maybe I should message something or try to like get in their ears, because they've already done it for the dashboard. If they replicate that on the desktop app, the experience for me personally would be far more enjoyable, right? So yeah, I noticed that. All right, we can minimize that for now. Let's go back here. Impatiently wait. Okay, it's still doing all that work. Ooh. That's right. Do I go do that today? No, I don't know if I'm gonna do that today. Damn. So it's 125 miles if I drive up there. What about there? That's 212. I have a decision to make. I don't know if I'm going to do that today. It might be a little too late to do that. Shoot. It's a bummer. Yeah, and if I go do this, I'm not going to be able to edit that video. All right, fine. I'll save that for another day. Let's get impatient and check. Nothing done yet. No, I gotta go put miles on this Jeep before I take it back to finish this certification, the smog cert. It's the first year this vehicle needs smog. It was, I got it in 2017, and still a nice car, still a nice Jeep. And long story short, I was in Europe for so long, right? I forgot about my registration. So I did pay it in January, a few months before I came back, but they're withholding the tags until all the stuff's done. A lot of stuff needed to happen to the Jeep, you know, sitting in a driveway, not being started, you know, all but every other month, and then being jump started just to get some juice in it. Caused some issues, just sitting pains, you know. Some of it was under warranty, some of it wasn't. So finished all the repairs, and now smog is telling me I gotta go drive it a couple hundred miles for the OBS reader codes to actually reset themselves. So I think it's called OBS reader codes. It's like that little, yeah, I think it's called an OBS reader. You know, you stick it underneath your steering wheel to see any error codes that may be going on with your car, especially for newer cars. So yeah, I have to go drive it a couple hundred miles before he gives me that cert and I go back to the DMV. And I didn't want to have to delay that, but I think I'm going to have to delay that until this weekend. But I've just been getting temporary operating permits, you know, so it's fine. It's not like I'm driving it illegally. I have one of those little slips. It's just I want to go do that sooner than later. Yeah, I mean, I remember when I was younger, right? I had nothing but older cars. I mean, I did get a new car in my late 20s, but Like teenage years, early 20s, I was driving a 98 and then an 86. The 86 I needed to smog once. The 98 I actually never smogged once. Oh no, yeah I did. Yeah I did. I just don't remember that much from that age. But yeah, I'm going north before I go south on this next road trip. I do plan on doing a Pacific Northwest probably a month from now, maybe closer towards August. But I'm going to have to be strategic with that one and make sure that I can continue to live stream and make these videos as I travel. All right, done. Wait, is it giving me another preview link? What is this? Nothing is done. Oh, it was doing this part. Got it. Yeah, I'll just... Nice. That looks so much better. I love this. Now we just need to improve the actual kit pop-up. Love it. Okay. So now it's going to handle the images, the hero header, and while it's doing that, really quickly, BRB. All right, we are back. Let's pop that open as well. Now, just kind of looking ahead, I'll use Apple Calendar since there's no personal stuff on here. I'm eyeing the week of the 6th or the week of the 13th for the bootcamp. I don't think it would be this week or weekend, right? Everyone's prepping for the holiday, assuming most everybody's USA based. Gives a few days for people to recover, and then we just hit the ground running on the 6th. Kind of leaning this. We'll decide on this on Friday. Or we start 7, 8, 9, 10. Monday will be a prep day, 7, 8, 9, 10. Maybe that's going to be the structure for the boot camp. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling that more. So we'll set this on Friday. Because this still allows me a free day for clients. I mean, It's not like I'm spending all day on the bootcamp, but all morning into early afternoon will be dedicated to bootcamp here. So, okay. Let me marinate with that thought and that schedule. Is it possible that Hermes Agent do Sakana Fuga and Open Router Fusion do? You know, I'm not sure. I haven't tried it. I think if anything, this would be like, maybe we do a follow-up episode or a bonus episode, because I'm not sure that that would be something that a lot of people will want to incorporate, but let's go look into that really quickly. Fallback providers. Yeah, I think that's a foundational thing, right? Maybe even up here. And then I think we vibe one cron. And what are your thoughts with it, Mr. Baker? I remember it, excuse me, like the marketing behind it, or at least what caught my eye, is people were claiming that using Open Router's Fusion is like a hack to getting access to Fable without having access to Fable, right? But I don't think that's the case. Yes, so this is possible. I'm not going to personally be using an Open Router sub, so I'm not sure how I'm going to demo this. I'm just going to use an OpenAI sub for this one. But maybe we can walk through that on when we talk about agents, right? Maybe we'll just call it agents instead of multi-agent team. Episode 2, agents. So we'll do like an educational part to open it up. Let's make this a little bit larger. Let's actually go all the way. Oh, I hit enter there, didn't I? Yeah, I've not tried Fugu either. The Open Router Fusion was just false hype. Yeah, no real benefit. It just uses more tokens because it does the same task on multiple LLMs and picks the best output. You can define different models for different agents and different models for different skills anyway, so I don't see the point. Yeah. Yeah, but you also have to think from the perspective, I think this is great if you're trying to figure out which one gives you the best output, but you got to understand it's actually spending those tokens every single time, right? So it's, in the long run, I feel like it's not that efficient from a budget friendly perspective, right? Or from a budget perspective, budget conscious person, right? Like, I mean, unless you have one of those unlimited plans with OpenRouter, or if Fugu offers, you know, one of those plans where you don't even get anywhere near the usage limit. Like Mr. Baker's got a good point. Like, in order to get that output, it has to prompt and spend those tokens with each and every one of those providers. So is it cheaper? I don't think so. Is it smarter? Possibly. I'm happy with my setups the way they are, so I haven't explored those personally. To me, it just feels like similar to LLM Council and LLM Council Plus, the AI Council, both projects on GitHub. Let me go check those out real quick. Yeah, I used to do this manually, right? I don't do it as often anymore, but I had one grouping in my Clearmud browser profile with all of the major LLMs that I was using at the time. This was probably this time last year, and then I did this for quite a few months. But anytime I was doing research or prompting something, I would copy paste the prompt across all, I think it was 6 or 7 providers, to see, are there any differences? What's the response I like the most per the prompt, right? And I started to get an idea of where one excelled versus the other, or how I liked one responding here versus the other. But that was all manual, right? Like, yeah, interesting. Yeah, this is cool. This is cool. Does this fit into the bootcamp though? I'm not sure. Let's go check this. Doop. Okay, I mean, that's very big and prominent. Maybe this H1 text shouldn't be so restricted. No, I'm kind of going back and forth here. The heck is this output? What did it use? That's weird. That does not look good at all. Hey, for those banners, what did you use? Did you use Codex Image Gen 2? Also, for the hero header, I think for the H1 text, we shouldn't restrict how wide it is. So I think there should just be 2 lines: build your first agent, and then operating system on the second line. And it's okay if it goes wider than the banner above. I think that's the one place we'll allow it. Yeah, listen, like, I think for specific use cases, it's useful. But as I mentioned, I stopped prompting multiple LLMs to compare the results a while ago. I think it's, you know, per use case, right? I think that's a specific use case. I don't think everyone needs to do that, but, you know, I could be wrong. Token maxing, LOL. Yeah, true. Hey, not unless you have an unlimited budget, then by all means do it, you know? Like, if it's not affecting your ability to use, and it's not costing you more, right? Like, why not? But I think, as I mentioned before, I think it's just very specific per use case, per industry, per the person using it. Do you need that? I'm not sure. I don't know if it applies to everybody. Maybe we'll find a way to bake it into the bootcamp, but as of now, I just don't see a place for it at the moment. At the moment. Define delegation map. For tasks. What else in agents? I think that would be a great thing to do there. Right, so we're kind of touching in crons, but we're just being super surface level in episodes 1 and episodes 2, and then we start to work more out of them in episode 3, I think is the move. Automation. Now we're gonna have to do some demo ones here. Yeah, maybe I'll try it one of these days. I'm not gonna try it at the moment, but maybe I'll give those a go. I did try Open Routers Fusion, and I'll be honest, I wasn't that impressed. I didn't see the need in my workflow, right? So I tried it there, and I dropped that altogether afterwards. I feel like for me, once I have the hardware to run local models, I feel like that via local models is actually more beneficial than these frontier models, primarily because of cost, but okay. Feel like okay, we'll go through all this, I think Friday. Yeah, because we are coming up past noon. Yeah, we got to update this quite a bit. No, some of it's still pretty accurate, but we do have to update this quite a bit. Okay. Let's wait till he's done and see what I was wondering, those version 2 banners are SVGs I built and wired in directly, not coded. What the heck? What is going on? What is going on? That's why it looked like absolute dog water. I was like, what am I staring at? There's no way that Codex did this. There's no way that's an image gen 2 thing. Transfer my OC from a Dell 760 to a 790 by setting up SSH over tail scale and just telling it you're moving over there. Here's the configuration info, get on it. Nice, nice. I think Derek did something very similar actually. Well, let me rephrase that. Derek was testing a VPS provider and he migrated from an old laptop, I think, to his VPS. And then I think since he has migrated back off of VPS, I could be wrong. Derek, correct me if I'm wrong, if you're still here. But he just had OC do it all for him, essentially. And there was a few moments where he had to intervene, but for the most part, I love that. Now, what's, are you talking about, you're not talking about video cards there. The 7060s don't even exist. Okay, yeah. I remember these. I remember these. Those 7090s look tiny. Those look like the type you mount on the back of a monitor, no? Oh yeah, I realized I didn't finish answering your comment. So I'm looking at the DJI Action 6 or the ASUS ProArt 27 to replace this old one here. Because the while you guys don't see it, for me this screen is incredibly dark because this monitor's so damn old. But the output on your end, you don't notice that. Kind of thinking of getting another 27 to go with this. There is, I think, like a 30% off one that is intriguing, but it's like, it's just a monitor, and this works for now the way it's set up, so I'd kind of rather go with the Action 6. I don't know, I have to pick one, right? I have to pick one. Nice, nice, nice. Very nice. All right, let me catch up on comments. It looks like you guys are kind of talking back and forth, so I don't know how much input I'll have. But I love seeing this in chat. I love seeing conversations happen back and forth when we're focused on something else. This is awesome, so keep it coming. I love this this dialogue. So you just want orchestrator agent to dish out tasks to specific specialist subagents. That's different. You don't need those model routers to do that. Dev MetaTrader trading view. I've seen major differences from LLM to LLM. Example, one LLM audit found 0 issues after I give the code. Found 54. Was the one who found issues Codex 5.5? I feel like that's an industry standard to hand off code bases to Codex before you go to production. Yeah, I think we'll expand on it more, right? We're just surface level planning right now. Off air, I'm going to do a lot more planning with both of my agent teams to dial in each episode to make sure it's bringing you value and teaching you first and foremost why, how, and when to use one versus the other. Yeah, no, thanks for the questions. These are great. Sorry I'm not always answering all of them, but I also notice when there's dialogue going back and forth in chat, I try not to intervene, you know? Love to see it. All right. We are waiting for some new images here. I just want to puke looking at these. My goodness. I'm just killing some time on Amazon Prime. It's a bummer that none of the minis forum are on sale, Mr. Baker. It's a bummer. It's a real bummer. B-Link? Excuse me, the B-Link does, though. Why only one USB-C port, though? I mean, I'm not gonna lie. 24 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte of storage, and 16 threads. For that price, it's not horrible. We almost done here. Nope. I asked him to regenerate, right? I'm pretty sure I did, so I'm just gonna wait. Oh, damn. Oh, that is a beast. 24 cores. These are all Intel chipsets, huh? Yeah, it's a bummer. I will be patient, I suppose. Okay, so this one does have dual slots. Gotta say, this X1 Pro 370 barebone, it's actually pretty decently priced, Mr. Baker. It's not on sale, but just this barebone here. So that's an 8/16 split. We get another 4. X1 Lite. Wow. What do we got here? 8 cores, 16 threads. I mean, for one system, it's fine. Up to 128. All right, Muddy, when I ask you to generate images, you should never generate hand stitched SVG files unless asked to. You should always use Codex Image Gen 2. Please regenerate those banners. That's a bit of a hallucination right there, because he should know better. Why is this 0 plus 0? Oh, that's an Intel chipset versus AMD chipset. Got it. Look at that. 64 gigs of memory is more than the cost of the bare bones. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. That's annoying. Absolutely wonderful. Maybe we should... I know we're not building a system for this, but I remember, I believe it was Tracy's comment about how would HVAC or Airbnb hosts use Hermes and OpenClaw. HVAC workflow. Airbnb host workflow. I think we should do an SEO/GEO workflow. What else? So now I can delete that. We'll have to see. Yo, what's up, flagship? So there was a season 1 of Bootcamp for OpenClaw. That was our very first bootcamp. I don't know why my agents called it season 1 versus season 2, but yeah, essentially there was that season 1. So each new bootcamp is a new season. Yeah. Yeah, so for this one, I'm trying to do a better job at structuring it based off of the lessons I learned. Obviously, we're not doing one a week. This is going to be a full sprint through the course of, consecutive days. That way it stays fresh. As well as after we're done recording the raw live stream, I am going to take the time to then create long form videos from the live stream, which is going to sound repetitive, but it's just the way the YouTube algorithm works, right? The more you can post different variations of the same content, and someone who is active on a Tuesday versus a Thursday, completely different audiences, right? So it's like, I am going to take that approach that I didn't take with OpenClaw because there was just so much happening, and I was spending way too much of my time one-to-one with client work, with one-on-one sessions. Don't get me wrong, the money was great for that moment in time, but I have steered away. We're essentially sunsetting one-on-one support and premium consulting services, and we're only offering a retainer, and this is for specific types of businesses. That way I'm not trading my time one for one anymore, because when I do that, sure, I make money, but I have less time to do other things that I want to do, right? So quick TLDR of kind of like what happened with that bootcamp, why I didn't repurpose the live streams after the fact. I just didn't have the time. It was more of a time thing than anything. But this time around, I do plan on essentially doing like a masterclass video where I combine all the bootcamps into one long form. And then, specific video ideas I get from creating that masterclass, I'll do. And then we're just going to post those back to back to back to back. So, yeah. I would say the same as OpenClaw, or the same as Hermes. Listen, they're both very comparable AI, open source AI agent systems. They're very comparable. They both have identical, if not similar features between one versus the other. It's just, there's this misconception that one is better than the other. I don't think it's that one is better than the other. I think it's all dependent on the industry and what you're building it for. Is it from a personal perspective? Is it for an organization? Are you selling services or retainer-based contracts to small to mid-sized companies, to enterprise? Like, depends. It all depends, but you can accomplish the same thing on OpenClaw and on Hermes and vice versa, right? But I think it's, for me personally, I don't think I'll ever migrate Clearmud's internal day-to-day operations off of OpenClaw, but when it came down to finally building myself an assistant for just me, I use OpenClaw. I prefer OpenClaw. Nice. I think I was just seeing one of those on sale. Let me go look. Let's see, I think that was an MSA1. Nice. I just found one that's a 1632 split. But none of these are on sale. It's a bummer. It's like, wow me with a good sale. If they're not going to be on sale, why am I going to... I'll just wait. It's not a necessity for me at this moment anyway, so... All right, let's see what he has generated. Looking better, but still needs some work. Ooh, I mean... All right, try again, but keep in mind, like, the theme of this bootcamp is for Hermes agents, right? So, you know, in your episode 1 output, there's no Hermes agent banner anywhere. I would just like it to be this TUI chat, maybe paired with some hardware. I don't know, get creative. I can get a little bit more specific if you'd like, but here's what I'd like you both to do. Muddy, I want you to run an output, and then Neo, I want you to run an output. Paste in those image gen 2 outputs here into chat, and then we can pick our favorites. Yeah, maybe Black Friday might be the move also. Black Friday, there's sometimes you get lucky with some insane deals. Which also reminds me, I should go check Black Magic. Nothing on sale there. That's a bummer. Yeah, that's a bummer. Interesting. I'm gonna go to my system admin real quick. Oh, that's right. We can't paste images in here yet, can we? So I guess this is where the desktop app comes in handy, eh? All right, just a very basic to my default system admin, you know, Neo's saying you can't generate images in shared Discord chat. Let them resolve it. Do they really? Hold it. Let's go check this out. Oh, wow. Yeah. Look at that. Yeah, that's a shame. Oh, this is actually kind of cool. I kind of just like this as a thumbnail, to be honest with you. Hold up. I gotta save this. That is, I like it. So, Clearmud thumbnails, Hermes Bootcamp, and we'll call this concept 1. I don't like this one as much, but I'll save it anyway. Concept 1A. Oh, interesting. Desktop app just timed out? Huh. All right, Muddy's just going through the process, so we'll see episode 2. What's interesting is he did episode 3 first. I mean, I guess this could be a... Yeah, I guess that could be an episode 1 banner. We'll have to fine-tune those a little bit. I know, right? All right, it is 1 o'clock over here local though, and I do have to switch gears. So listen, I know we didn't get as much as I'd like to get accomplished today, but I think we did make progress on just giving a little bit more structure to each episode. I'm going to be working on a lot of things off air between now and Friday's live stream, but Friday we'll come back at it, pick a day, and I think I do have a hard stop on Friday at 12:30 or 12:15. So, but we'll make sure there's no delay in the morning since you know, I have these things to do in the afternoon. So yeah, listen, I want to thank everybody for stopping by. Let me know whether you're watching this live or watching the recording. Anything that we didn't cover that you'd like to see covered in the bootcamp. I can't guarantee we'll cover it, but if it fits somewhere in the foundation that we're building, sure enough, we'll cover it, right? And it looks like the desktop app just keeps timing out. What a worthless piece of junk. My God. Anyway, thank you, Mr. Baker. Thank you, AI Tool. Thank you, Flagship. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Derek. And thank you, Sharma. I'm trying to remember all the other comments. Thank you, Tracy, for stopping by. Thank you, Sean. And yeah, forgive me if I forgot who commented. I can only scroll up so far in the comments. I hope everybody has a great rest of their Wednesday. Go kick ass this week. We'll catch you back on Friday, same time. And yeah, until then, happy building. Cheers. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Have a good one, Mr. Baker. Happy to have you back. We'll see you Friday. Cheers. Oh, we're still